Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices for Tuesday, July the 20th, and starting with the DAX on the weekly chart here. The wave count is pretty clear here, in that the trend to the upside is not finished. The only dilemma that I really have with all of this actually is that with the S&P 500, we've been talking about putting this wave 3 here and this wave 4 here, but I can't get that working for this market. So I'm wondering if I've made a mistake on the S&P, but even if I have made a mistake on the S&P 500, it would still be this 3, 4, 5 here. So for the meantime, it won't make much difference, but yeah, I've tried to sort of work this with the same as the S&P. It just doesn't work. So we're looking up higher here for this. So yeah, all things being equal, we can look for, this is the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, so we can expect it to pull back somewhere into that particular space, or the 38.2% retracement level from wave 2 to wave 3 here. But let's just cruise into, that's the weekly chart, so this is the daily chart here, and we can move that across to the line there. And not that it has to go up that high. It might be, you know, when this correction started way before the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, the Australian markets, funnily enough, started over here as well, caused by our banks. I don't know what relationship there is between the DAX and the Australian market, but I do notice it. I know the FTSE and the Australian market do the same thing. I mean, they've got the, you know, we're convicts, for Christ's sakes, you know. So we've got the same tax, we've got the same accounting, we've got the same law, trade is open. So there is that synergy there, except the FTSE is 10 times bigger than the ASX 200. With all of these markets, if this is the case, what we're looking for is a little 3, 4 to finish this off here, 3, 4 and 5 to finish this off here, just in a nutshell. But the interesting thing here is the US markets, we've got them with this one here, would have them going up to wave 5, and that could very well be the case. But with the S&P 500, if I could just bring that across for the moment, it's just started its correction. So whichever way we look at it, we're just down in the A wave here. We may only have this move down here and go up higher here and then down, but this is still the first leg. Do you know what I mean? From this top here. So this market's got this to go down, this and this here. So where does that leave the DAX? The DAX is going to do that little bit. You know, when this rallies here, will the DAX make a new high and go into wave 5? Do you know what I mean? Will it push up here into wave 5, or will it follow the S&P? And this just gets all a little bit bigger and uglier here, you know, and this wave 4 comes over to this space over here. This is the thing with wave 4s. You think you got them sorted, and suddenly they just double in size, you know, get really ugly. I mean, all of these have been really butt ugly as well, you know, previous wave 4s. So yeah, we just need to be a little bit mindful here with this. So just to recap this, it's fine for this market to be an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 4 and finished, and then move up for wave 5, or it's going to follow the S&P and have this other little ABC pattern that's coming into here. So what happens in that case, all of this here, if I just copy that here, all of this move down, this ABC here just becomes the A wave here, and the B wave comes in over here for that. And that would be 3 waves up and then wave C. So we could end up something like that. I'm not quite sure, but this is what we've got to figure out. But yeah, from B to C here, we're looking for 5 waves, pretty much like we're looking for them on the other market. So let's just cruise in here to the 4-hour chart, the intraday. It's really fallen out of bed here, but in a nutshell, we're looking for wave 4 and wave 5 to finish this off here. And then we'll move up. So even at even at minimum, let's just take this wave over here. Let's just take it down to 14,900. That would leave this as the 50-60% retracement level here for that. So this is where we've got to be careful, because we may end up just getting an A and a B and a C over here for this, and then another wave down at that point. So we have to be really careful in all of this, you know. We've either got that or we've got that. So we'll just see how it plays out. If this lifts off the bottom here really fast, you know, much faster than the S&P and the NASI do, well then we can pin a little bit of hope on this higher move here to finish this off and then roll over from that point. But otherwise, I think realistically we should be looking at something like this here. So it's not over until the fat lady sings, whatever that means. I must Google that. So just understanding this here a little bit more on the 1 hour chart. Yeah, thinking of it like this, but I've got this problem where this is probably the high over here for this, so there might be another leg here. So I've got 1 and 2 and going down here, so we can expect this to rally back to the 38.2%. Doesn't have to, but it's a starting point. Normally the 26 it goes to first, 23.6, sorry, then here, and then here. Yeah, for that. So we could end up, but because that's the high over here, we've got this concern over here where we've got this extra wave. So I'm wondering if we do get this extra wave over here for that, based on this here. So I really need to put that. Let me just check on the DAX. No, that's okay. I just checked on the cash market of the DAX, that's all. We're okay here. I probably checked it yesterday, but yeah. So anyway, that's all looking okay. If there's, yeah, I'll need to pull this apart on a tick chart here, but either way, we're not ready for this just yet. Okay. So that's that. So really the FTSE and the other guys are much the same as well, with all the markets around the place are like this. So a rally and another little move down here. There could be 2 moves down. I'll have to pull this apart. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. Yeah, there could be another little move down. Let me just map that out for us for a second. So let's just assume that that's there. So what could happen here is we go from here to here to here, and then have a move down to here, and then have wave 4 and 5 down here. So that's the other side of the coin, so to speak, because I haven't pulled that apart on the intraday just yet. But anyway, some fluffing around to do here. No trading anyway here. We could trade by buying on this low down here. That could be helpful. How far we go back could only be a session or 2 if it's in line with the US markets. Let's just check out the FTSE and the other one. So yeah, it's the same with the FTSE here as well. So we're looking for a rally. So let's just do a starting point. If we take that high, so not a biggie, but just here and here. So I haven't done much work in here, but I will do a lot of work in this little area here. This is where we'll start really tracking it on the tick chart, okay? And also to the stock 50 or the EU 50 here, and this will be in the same situation as well. So a bit of a rally here. And then one more move here. So tomorrow we'll really focus in on, we'll pull this apart here and figure it out, and then we'll look for our long trade setup, because at a minimum we should get a bounce back, even in these markets. If we follow the US markets, we'll be coming back up to, that's no good. The US markets are going to be doing something like this. So, you know, perhaps we're going to be doing something like that too. So we'll just be a little bit mindful of that. we'll see. We've got to tie it into the US. We've got to see how they travel together. That's what we have to do. So we have to study and monitor, and then we'll make our call on things. Because if it fails, then we'll be looking for 5 waves down here for this, and then we would move up from that point. So we would need to really understand. The Nasdaq's the same as well, so I can bring the Nasdaq up here for a moment. We're looking for this to go down. I've got this in a smaller wave, my old count, an A wave here, B wave here, and a C wave here. So all we need to do is just track the US markets, 5 waves down for wave C here, and then look for 5 waves up. Because we've got those 5 waves up, we can buy the pullback at that point, and then we're on our way. So we'll be doing this. We'll tie this in with this, even though that this has just started from this high here, and the European markets have been going for quite some time over here for this. They're different, but they'll finish together probably. So we'll be mindful of that. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.